How are you?
Good, good.
So are you going to share your screen with us?
I will, yes.
Okay. I just want to see how it works. So you're on.
All right, let's see if it'll let me share here.
Great, we see
Cool.
it. Yeah, perfect.
All right.
Okay. So,
Full house there.
yeah, you have also received an email from me last Friday, I believe it was, with getting started in Square. Within that document, there's information on a link for you to use. If you're new to Square, you want to use that link because you have additional benefits, discounts for transaction fees. So I know there's probably a lot of information coming at you. I will send reminders at the end of our day as well. But just a heads up, just putting it in your head to watch for that. Martin is, he's the man. I don't know what to say here. He is the reason you are getting a point of sale system today.
Appreciate you, sir.
Martin is, sorry, Martin, I don't have my notes, so I'm not gonna give your title and let you do that because I'll mess it up. But he works for Block Inc. And Block Inc. Square is a part of Block Inc. and the group. And I'll let you take it away. And if you don't mind giving a little background on yourself, and I appreciate that.
Sure, no problem. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, welcome
Thank you.
everyone. Good to see. Awesome to see everybody there in the classroom. Again, Martin Guerrero here with the Square Community Affairs team. So I have the privilege of being able to work with amazing partners throughout the country and in the globe in some cases, such as KTITA and the Digital Sales Access Program. So yeah, we're here to talk about Square and the point of sale. I don't have a lot of a presentation, but would like to have some room here for questions. So go right into it here. Obviously, when we talk about what's a point of sale, right? Point of sale is basically those two things: your hardware and the software that you're using on it. You have now in your hands the hardware component, right? The Square stand, which takes the iPad in that as well. So we'll go ahead and just kind of do that. So the point of sale software, right, is going to be what lets your business accept payments from your customers, keep track of sales, also helps you handle online orders, inventory, reaching your customers, and even managing your team if that's something you're looking to do there. And all our hardware is, as you've probably seen, is quick to set up and designed to work seamlessly with the Square point of sale. Now, this does have to be plugged in to take payment, so you won't be able to do like any test payments. You may even get a message if you're setting it up that it's unable to connect to the iPad is unable to connect to the stand. That's because you're not plugged into a power source. But we'll kind of go into that. So yeah, you have your hardware, and then you have again your software, right, which lets you do quick and secure payment processing, accept payments, however your customers prefer, in person, online, and even over the phone if you so choose. So right, your point of sale, most people consider that like the old cash registers that sat on a counter, and you gave money and it gave change, and that was about it. Today, your point of sale is really like a hub for all things in your business, and we'll go over some of those here as well. So first and foremost, get it out of the way. What does it cost, right? So a Square stand, I believe, is like $150, and then you have your iPad, which through this awesome program, nothing you have to pay out of pocket there. Same thing with Square. It's free to get started with Square in the point of sale. No setup fees, no monthly fees. If you're using the Square free point of sale, you only pay when you take a payment, right? And so included with every Square account transfers as soon as next business day, end-to-end encrypted payments. Nothing you have to do on your end in order to make those payments secure. We handle all of that for you. Live phone support. If you ever need help, you can always call in to get support. Always monitoring for fraud prevention, and then dispute management as well. So here we have the 3 ways that you can take a payment and what that costs. If you're using the Square stand and someone's in front of you, it's almost always going to be this first payment option, which is card present, right? Someone has a card, someone's in front of you, you either tap it or dip the chip in to the side there. If you so choose to, you can also add a magstripe reader, which you probably won't see as much there. So card present, that's going to be your standard rate. Anyone signing up right now, today, tomorrow, is always going to get that rate, 2.6% plus 10 cents for every transaction, right? So you don't pay anything monthly. You don't take any payments during the month or week or day or whatever, right? There's no fees. It's only when you process that card. So that's going to be the majority probably of your payments, is that card present. Someone, like I said, you're dipping or tapping right on the stand there. The second option is card not present. So kind of the opposite there, right? This is going to be mostly online. So when a customer makes a purchase through your Square online store, Square checkout links, e-commerce API. So if you're using like a GoDaddy.com to build your website, you connect Square as the payment processor, right? That's going to be that 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. And then the third option is going to be keyed in or manual entry. So that's when you manually key in your customer's card details. That obviously is going to be the highest the rate, and that's going to be because normally that's going to involve a higher percentage of fraud. Someone saying, "Oh yeah, I have my card number written down. Here's the number," right? So they're not manually keying it in on a website where they can put in a zip code, their address, all of that. You're just manually keying it in. And I'll actually bring up my iPad here, and we'll kind of do a demo so you can see kind of what that looks like. You can do that, right? We go offer that, and the payments, I'll show you that. Obviously, highly recommend you don't do that. The card present or card not present, right? Sending them a checkout link and invoice, right, to your website. It's going to be a much more secure way of them paying, and not as high a fee as that keyed in. So just keeping that in mind if you do that, right? Okay. Here. So that's what it's gonna cost you. And so let me switch screens here. To the Square dashboard, right? So this is where you're going to end up pretty much setting up your account. Like when you go into your account, log in, do all of that, right? Everything that you set up in here is what's going to show up on your iPad. Number one is going to be your items, right? So anytime I work with folks, we make it super easy to take a payment without an item, right? Folks tend to do that. Highly recommend it, especially if you're new and just getting started, to create items. So these are the things that you're selling, right? So in this example, on this account here, is my demo account. Is a bike shop, so I sell bikes, bike accessories, tubes, those types of things. Anytime I sell one of these, someone gets a receipt with that item on there. My inventory goes down, right? It syncs with my website, so you can do all of that from one place. So highly recommend you do that to get that going. I mean, there's even a little help video here that kind of shows you like what to do with your how to create an item there. Let me switch screens here. Sorry if you hear a cat crying in the background. My wife went to work, so the cat is not happy. All right, so on the screen now I've got my iPad set up. So this is the Square point of sale, right? That you download for free right on the iPad. Set that up. This is, if you've already get it set up, this is what it's going to look like. I mentioned earlier being able to just, right from the keypad, you can go in. Oh, cool! Your amount is $50. Charge it. Go from there. Of course, customers still going to get a receipt. Everything's going to go through, but you have a transaction for $50 and doesn't really tell you really what you sold there. No inventory is updated, decremented, anything like that. Oh, sorry about that. So use that sparingly. In my case, again, in my Square account, I've set up items. Those items are here, right? All of my bikes, accessories, all of that. These other things, random things I created in here. And you can even, go from here. Oh, do you want to purchase this bike? I have a category here. Add that bike to the cart, right? So now that person purchases this bicycle, right? They get a receipt with that specific bicycle name, description on there, and now my inventory levels go down as well once I'm done, doing that. I don't think I have anything out of stock in here, but it would show you that it's out of stock when you go to purchase it. It would let you know that that's unavailable. You can also go here to your favorites, and you can add your categories here, or if you have just a couple items, you can do that here. So right, you can just kind of click on here and hold it down, and it'll I can add an item here. So maybe someone, I sell this specific tube a lot, right? I've got it right on my favorite screen here. And so when I go to purchase, right, I can just add that. I can just click on it, add it to the cart without having to search, do anything like that, right? So I would highly recommend you setting up the grid to whatever's going to work best for you and your flow to be able to, help checkout go as quick and easy as possible. Now, that's, we'll go into the different payment options here. So you can take, right, any number of types of payments here. So we have, obviously, you can still take cash, right? Cash is still an option. Get your customer receipt. Again, get the sale goes through. Get change, all of that. You can see right now it's got insert or tap to pay. I don't have a stand connected, but I have one of the contactless and chip card readers, so I can insert a card or tap to pay right on there for a card present transaction, right? Another way, if you sell gift cards, you can sell a gift card. You can sell electronic gift cards. They can give you the number, or you can scan it with the camera. You can take that way of payment. I mentioned you can send someone an invoice from here. So maybe you're taking phone calls or orders or things like that. Cool, I would like to buy this bike and just pick it up later. Great, here's it. I can send you an invoice, or invoices probably be used more for like breaking up payments. Like if you need, like if you're catering, you need a deposit and then payment on a specific date. It would be good for that. Again, if someone wanted to give you a card number over the phone, be like, hey, I'd rather not do that. Let me just send you a payment link where you can just to your phone. You get a link. You can get that link. Let me actually send one here so you guys can see what that looks like. I can send that link and it's already got that cart for me. So my customer's going to get that payment link to their phone, and they'll see, be able to pay that there. If you're familiar with Cash App, Cash App is a company that's a Square company that was created within Square. Someone can open up their Cash App, scan their QR code here, and authorize a payment through there. Same thing with this manual QR code entry. If they can just scan it with their camera phone. It opens up a page for them to be able to pay, enter in their card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, if they want to do any of that automatically there as well. So you can see quite a few different ways that you can take payments. Here's the dreaded manual card entry here, right? When I talk about you just going in here and just manually typing in a card number, right? That's going to be the worst way to take a payment, and we even try to tell you right here, like it's going to cost you a lot more. Highly recommend another option there. Again, you as a business, that's definitely something you can do. That's your decision. We leave that on there for you. You can have, if you have customers that are consistently buying from you, regular customers, they can add a card on file in your customer directory, and you can just use their card on file to make a payment. I have check on here. I mean, you can take checks if you so choose. Again, that's a business decision, but we're not authorizing the check, anything like that. It's kind of almost like taking cash, and you have to go to the bank and submit that and all of that. Now, we saw here, right, a couple of different ways you can take payments. You can customize this as well. Let me show you where you can do that. So you can go here to more. This is where you're going to find just about everything. We're going to go to settings, and we're going to go right here, right on checkout, and we click on payment. And so you can see we have all of our payment options on here. I don't want my cashiers or myself to take a manual card entry, so I can just delete that from there. I can take check off of there as well. Maybe if I wanted to do, payment link, up higher a little bit, I can move that around. Again, you can set that up however you want to do that. So you can add those, and now when you go back to check out, go to charge, right? The option to manually enter a card is not in there, so that's not there. So you can see on this checkout screen here, I've got add discount, so you can create discounts, coupon codes for your customers. If I click on that, I already have one in here that I've created, so I can go in here and just click it, add it, right? Automatically discounts that. I also have claim stars on here, and so this is a Square loyalty program. That's not something that's automatic. It's something you have to set up. So I have it. They're going to earn 25 stars on this too when they make a purchase. I go to charge. Right? That discount is there. Everything's good to go. I can just swipe here to delete everything if I want. Good to go. Now, anytime you're making sales, you're making transactions, you can always see what was transacted, what was done here. So I've got a bunch of test orders here. I can go into this October one here, and you can see we did a payment. Here's where we could issue a refund if we needed to, or a new receipt. But we can see this was a Visa card that was taken, a card present payment, right? So we talked about that earlier, that card present, and so it was $1. And actually 6 cents tax, so the $1.06. My fees were 13 cents, right? So you'll see that on every single one. That's very transparent. You'll be able to see any of that in there. And no loyalty was earned on that because it didn't qualify for that. Right? So we can see, right? So technically on this $1.06, my fees were 3 cents, right? On that $1.06 was 3 cents, and then the 10 cents. For the card networks there. So it was 2.6% plus 10 cents per transaction, ended up being 13 cents. So you can clearly see that what's there. And if we wanted to issue a refund, you could do that. Or you could do a custom amount. If you want to do half, maybe you forgot to do a discount, something like that, right? Any of that is going to be in there. Cool. So you have your point of sale, right? You're able to take payments. What else are you going to be able, to do with that? If we go to more here, and we go to, we can see a lot of the stuff is already here, but if we go to settings and we go to add-ons, you can see bill pay. We can add email marketing, gift cards. I didn't have gift cards on there, right? We can sell gift cards, loyalty. I have loyalty enabled already, so you can see what I have on here. You can do Square messages as well. And then Square Online is going to be an option as well. So we have our own website builder that you can set up in order to be able to do that. I did miss a payment. So let me go back here to more settings, payment. So we can see here when we configure our payments, it says configure Afterpay. Is anyone familiar with Afterpay? Sorry, I can't see really. Okay. Maybe. Cool. Yeah. So cool. All right. So yeah, Afterpay is a Square company now as well. Square purchased Afterpay almost 2 years ago now. So that's all embedded into Square. So, but you didn't see Afterpay as an option, right? To make a payment. So if I go to checkout, let me go back here. I go to charge this, right? When it says insert or tap to pay, my customer is going to open up their Afterpay app or their Afterpay wallet, and they're going to just tap to pay right on there, right? So it's going to act like just any credit card. And so if you're not familiar with Afterpay, that's what's the term buy now, pay later, right? So they're able to make a purchase now and make payment, make it into payment. So a transaction of $200, right? I'm going to purchase something from you as a business for $200 right now. I'm going to use Afterpay. That's going to break it up into 4 payments. So that's going to make it a $50 payment today. And every 2 weeks, I'm going to pay another $50 automatically. Now, you as the business, you get that $200 up front. You give them the merchandise, they leave, right? And it's done, right? That payment is done as far as you're concerned. Customers now an Afterpay Square customer, and they're making payments to us, not to you, right? So you would never know payments were made, this and that, right? That doesn't ever come back to you, if they don't, complete the Afterpay payments there. So kind of like the old school, layaway, we used to do when I was a kid, right? Go to the store, pick out all my clothes for, for the coming year. Mom takes it to the back, makes a payment to start a layaway program. They take all the clothes and hold them until, she finishes making all the payments. Hopefully she pays it off before school starts, and, I'm looking fresh for the new year. Otherwise, I don't. So kind of the reverse of that, right? They're able to make payments, but they're able to get their info or their merchandise right away. Big difference here, right? Afterpay. So there is that risk, right? We're offering essentially that customer, credit, and we're assuming the risk that they're going to make those payments. So there is a higher fee for Afterpay transactions. That is 6%, right? So pretty much double what a normal transaction would be. It would be 6%. So it doesn't include that's not 2.6% plus 6% is just, that's all kind of figured into there. So it's 6%. So again, you can configure that to do Afterpay if you so choose. You can set limits around that, right? You don't want somebody doing, payments on a $5 transaction. You want it to be maybe for your bigger dollar transactions where folks maybe need to do that in payments. Again, a business decision up to you to be able to, if you wanted to do that, or not. Again, totally up to you to make that decision. But if you're using the Square Online Store as well, you can set it up to where maybe you want to do buy now, pay later only in person, right? You can turn that on for only in person, or if you wanted to do buy now, pay later for online only, or if you want to do it for both, right? You would set that up however you wanted to be able to do that. So again, your decision to offer that or not. Just want to let you know, what the fees would be, in that case. All right, let me go back here. So let me get out of, I think I have everything in the iPad here. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Again, pretty simple to set up, pretty easy. Again, if you ever have any questions, you can always reach out to us. I did want to showcase here one of our resources. Let me go back here. Right, and I'll add the link here, but this is Square Up Academy. So this is kind of something new that we set up here. It's kind of a training program for folks. If you're a retail business, this is going to be good for you. It's got 45 lessons in here on how to do everything within Square for Retail. We'll click on the overview here, right? It's onboarding, right? Access your dashboard, your point of sale. Kind of goes over the fees here that we kind of just did, right? The different payment methods you can take, what your bank transfers, what a bank transfer looks like. Square checking is in here. So we do have the option to do business checking, savings, business debit card, and we do loans as well. So if you're new to Square, once you get started and start processing payments, you may end up qualifying for a loan, for you to be able to buy new equipment or payroll or merchandise, whatever that might be, whatever you need to grow your business. But a lot of info in here if you want to figure out your inventory, how to do inventory counts, purchase orders if you so choose to, vendor management, right? There's a whole thing in here as part of kind of all the other add-ons, right? So there's a whole ecosystem that Square offers, right? We offer loyalty program, gift cards. We offer, marketing. You can do email marketing, text message marketing, right? You have automatically, you're going to have your customer directory. So anytime someone buys from you, right, you're going to collect that data, and primarily it's going to be name, email, phone number, right? And of course, as they're purchasing from you, you'll start seeing, Martha is my best customer, right? She's made 45 visits. Her average sale is, $25. And maybe that's someone we really want to be like, hey, you should be on our loyalty program. You're one of our favorite customers, right? You can add on that. So there's just all these pieces that work together in order to do that. If you're going to start hiring, right, we do offer Square Staff, which is team management, communication. We do offer our own payroll offering as well. Again, they can clock in and out right from the point of sale. When they get in, they'll have an app where they can see all their hours, all of that, right? W-2s, the whole works there. And here's time cards here. You can do scheduling, and then there again, like I mentioned, there's a team app here. Also, as part, I would highly recommend maybe going through this one here, your Square reports, right? So it's all about the data that you're getting, right? number of sales, inventory counts, busiest hours, busiest days, busiest times of the year, right? If you have a team, who's your best salesperson? Who's, if you're allowing them to do discounts, who gives out the most discounts, right? Who's maybe hooking up friends and family more than anybody else, or who's maybe doing refunds that they shouldn't be. Just all of that data is going to be inside of there as the more and more you transact. So again, that's something that's automatically available within your account. You'll be able to see that, your transaction history, of course, all of that, your fee history as well. That's a big one in there, just showing you, what fees you've paid, and in those amounts. So again, this is just squareup.com/academy. And again, this is fairly new, and they'll just keep adding more and more. I know Square for Restaurants will be one of the next ones here, but this is going to be a lot of that applies still in the same case. If you ever need help, right, we have our support option here, right, where you can do the support center, Square support, right? You can do this here. There's the phone number for calling in, and then there's obviously within the app, right, there's options there for like chat, message, email, but phone number is, you can always call and get help there as well. There's no additional cost for that. If you're interested, we have the seller community as well. This is where you're going to find a lot of our help guides, our FAQs. Folks go here, ask questions a lot, and they're answered by either Square staff or our super sellers, which are Square business owners who've been vetted, been using Square a long time. They'll answer questions in there as well. And a lot of our content is going to be in here as well. So you can see, there's using AI to grow your confidence and posting to social media. Just kind of talking about strategies. We have an events calendar here. Square for Restaurant, redesign is in there. So you'll be able to get, all of that help in there. So I highly recommend that one. That's just sellercommunity.com. That's what we refer to our customers as sellers, right? Because that's what you're doing. You're a business. You're selling goods, services, whatever that might be. All right. Cool. All right. I've been talking for a bit here. Did we have any questions I can answer? Anything you want me to demo? I'm happy to do so now.
I have a question.
Yes.
Well, I actually have two questions that I need. One is, how do you charge like the tax when you doing the keypad? When you on the keypad? Because sometimes I get to put it a full amount of it's not on my menu, and I have to put $55. But I made that charge of the tax on there. So without taking my calculator and finding out how much it was, the tax, so I can add it right there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so let me go back in here, account settings. Oh, no, sorry, sales taxes. So yeah, under your, you can click here, like my business name right here up in the upper right-hand corner, Mike Spikes, go to account settings, and under business information is sales taxes. So that's something you would set up, right? So I have I'm based in Arizona, so I have my Arizona tax percentage here. That's just automatically going to be set up on anything. Even if it's a manually keyed in option, right, the tax is still going to automatically set up, but you have to go in there and set that up. So you can create, your taxes in there, if you want it to be percentage, flat rate, whatever you want it to be, or, you can also do that like here, if you can see it under select items, right? If you want it to be only your tax for specific items, maybe you have some items that are not taxable, right? You would do that. Or if everything's taxable, right, it's just going to apply automatically to the amount that's in the cart, but you have to create that tax first.
Oh, you okay, because I'm lost in that. Yeah. And my other thing would be, so, because this time I have to pay a lot of my taxes out of my package,
Mm-hmm.
So how, I got a friend who told me that he uses Square, and then when somebody paid with a card, she had it set up the way that the tax that it was charged, it goes transferred to a savings account. So that way she, by the end, when she had to pay all the taxes, she don't have to take it out of her pocket. She just got it from the savings and paid. And that's
right. So you can do that.
Very interesting to learn how.
Awesome. Yeah. So you can absolutely do that. Let me see here. So as I mentioned, we do offer banking as a service as well. Let me go in here. I don't have banking set up in here, so let me. Oh, there it is. Okay, so banking, right? Go in here. So right here, like so you can see here, there's the savings account, right? So I can start saving. And so you can set that up, and then here right here is turn on automated savings to set aside funds for taxes or a rainy day, right? So that's what you're looking for there. So you can set that up, and then you can set that up automatically to do a percentage of every sale to go into that savings account. And like if your tax percentage is 5% or whatever, right? You want 5% of every sale to go into that savings account. You can automatically do that, or a specific amount if you want.
And where
So
did you
that's
get
free to
that
set up.
from? Where you went?
Let me go back here.
I'm so sorry.
So no, don't be sorry. No, that's a great question. So yeah, this is just I'm in my Square dashboard, right? So let me go back. I'm gonna go back to home. So this is you log into your account. This is not on the iPad. This is just, or it could be it would be in a browser, right? So you just log in to your Square account. This is where you're always gonna land. On the left-hand side here are all the options. I scroll down and there's banking there, right? And so what I did is I clicked on balance. And that's where it's gonna take me here. So here you can enable checking and savings as well.
Savings, yes, I see that.
Yep. Let me go back there and see what it says. If I click on loans, I won't have an offer because I've never sold anything. Okay, so yeah, you can see my business isn't eligible for a loan offer right now because I've sold like $2 in this account. Or $6. I've sold $6 in here. So 10,000 is the minimum. So you can see when I get to that 10,000 minimum, that's when I start qualifying for an offer. So, and that's based off of just your processing payments there. But yeah, the Square checking,
Martin,
Square savings. That's been awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
On the tax question, I'm wondering how it works. If you have a mobile business and you're doing business in different counties that have different tax rates, is there a way to add multiple tax rates in that screen that you were in?
Or can you turn on location services or something?
So you would automatically turn on location service. Man, I remember this question came up before and I forgot what the
It came up over email. I remember, like a photographer that did business.
Yeah.
In different counties was getting stuck on her taxes.
Let me see if I can find it, because you can set up locations, right? So you can do locations. So I have one location here in Scottsdale, so I can maybe I do Phoenix, right? Scottsdale, Phoenix, going to have their own tax rates, so you can set up different locations. I don't think it does a tax rate for this one here. No. Let me add another tax here. Let me see what that looks like on the iPad here. Okay. I think that maybe maybe I didn't get an answer for you there, but let me share it on the iPad here. So you'll see here, both of those tax rates will show up. Yeah, share the iPad here. Are you seeing the pop-up? I don't know if pop-ups show up here. Oh, is it? Okay, so I've added the bike there, right? So I've got my tax. My tax is pretty high. So if I go click on tax, are you seeing the pop-up there?
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, you can see both taxes are on there. So if I wanted to if I was just selling in Tacoma, I would remove that, and it would just be the Tacoma tax, right? But I think the issue we had before was they're sold at a lot of different places, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, so would
So
you
they
have to
had, like,
go in
they
and
had a
delete
font.
it every time? Yeah,
Gotcha. That's what
I
it looks like.
okay, I feel like she said there was like a drop down option for the counties. Would that,
There is.
there is, okay, there is a way.
Like when you go to Olympia, that it will be a tax rate.
Okay,
Tacoma tax rates, Seattle tax rates.
I just charge it the highest tax rate.
so if anybody has that question, she knows the answer.
You did not hear that.
It's only a teeny.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Yeah, I don't see a drop down, but it's because mine's not set up for that, so it's a little more.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Sorry.
I need to get a clear answer for you on that because I know that came up before.
I don't think anybody complained that the tax rate was too high on this purchase yet.
Any other questions, you guys? Now's the time to ask the expert.
Oh, how do you change,
I write about tax.
how do you change your cashier? How do you change your cashier so whoever you know who's checking people out?
So you would want to set up, let me go into the Square account here. So in that case, you would set up permissions in your account, and they would log
Okay.
into the iPad. So the iPad would be locked, and they'd have to put in their code, and it would then be that person that's making a payment. So that's where you would go into team. So you have a team. I'm not in the account here. Let me share. You'd go under team
Yeah,
permissions.
can we
You
go
would
through
set up
that?
permissions. Yeah. Right, so you have under team, right? So you have permissions here. So when you add a team member,
From the home?
yep. I'm gonna go back. Sorry, I went a little faster. This is just from logging into Square. You're in the dashboard here, left-hand side under team. And so there's me, right, the owner. And you would add someone as a team member. Right? They would log in. They would get the option to, to join you, and so they would then get their code there. Let me go back here. So you can see here, like I don't have team members set up, but like we can do a passcode, right? And everybody would have their own passcodes. It would lock, and they would enter their passcode, and it would be that person that's doing the sales. So like this person I've given access to my account to just look at reporting, so they have access to see like what sales were in there. They were doing for something else.
And also there's some functionality that you can only do on the actual, not on the iPad, not on the mobile platform, right?
Yeah. For like team setup, it's going to be all the online dashboard. So like you can set your permissions, right? So you can have like your front desk, your manager, your cashier, things like that, right? So you would set up through there. And then that'll lead you to a report like team sales, and you'll see like who made what sale. I just don't have that set up because it's just me, but that's where you would do that. But yeah, you would start with team members, and then they would get invited to, to join your group, and then they would have their own passcode to sign in. That's something you would activate. Once you have team members, it would be activated, and then they would be just via their code. So that's something they have to remember. Like, if I'm logged in with my code and I walk away and you just step in and you make a sale, right, that's going to go to me because you didn't lock it and re-sign in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you need any help there, just give our support team a call. They'll be able to walk you through setting that up. In this case, I'm a solopreneur. I don't have any employees. But yeah, so team is another good one there. Obviously, you have device management if you're doing different devices. Like I've got my iPads, I've got my phone, right? They're all options on there, and where I can have given them permission to be able to use my account. Right, if we click here, reporting, right? You go to reports, right? You're going to see all your reports are in your sales trends, right? What payment methods you're taking, if it's it's all Visa, it's all MasterCard. I mean, that one just kind of breaks it down. There's no difference. Like there's no higher fee if it's an Amex or if it's a airlines rewards card, anything like that. There's no fee, right? The fee remains the same.
I have another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, when I did my grand opening on my place, the first day it was great. For a minute, I did the sale of, let's put it $700, right? But when the transfer was into my account, it was only 300 and something, like half. Did they will hold some money or something like that?
No, I mean they wouldn't.
They transfer
We
only
wouldn't
like
hold
half.
funds. Yeah, I don't think I have any transfers in here. Let me see.
And until today, I haven't seen the rest transfer or something. Now I was like, did I do something wrong?
Yeah,
Okay.
Farah, if you can get Farah the email address that your account is under, she can send that to me and I can take a look. But that doesn't. I mean, there's not like a oh, we're gonna hold this funds until this point. I mean, it's minus the fee, right? That's all it is. So it would be the 700 minus whatever. Well, the fee's already taken out, so it's just that deposit. And it shouldn't be like anything odd like that.
Because I see the report and it's still on the report say $670 something, but on the transfer to the bank, it was only 300 and some 45 or something like that. Not the full amount. Oh, obviously, like you say, with the fees.
Right, and I mean the fees wouldn't be that high. So, but yeah, if you can get Farah the email address your Square account is under what you used to log in with, I can take a look at that and see what maybe if there's some setup in there. Like I don't know what would be the issue there.
Okay, thank you. We will do that.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Oh,
Farah,
you want
I'll
me
look
to
out
show you
for an
right
email.
now?
No, Lotus.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
just give that to Sarah. She'll send it to me.
Any other questions? No?
Yeah, I have a good question.
Yeah.
Just one more question. There's different apps in the App Store. There's like Square, point of sale for retail, point of sale for restaurant. Obviously, it's a different kind of things, but what would you, with your bike shop, you're using point of sale instead of retail point of sale? I was wondering what
Right. So yeah, so the Square point of sale, that's the one that's free. That's the one that's the original, right? That you can really use that for any business. As you grow, I mean, you might grow into some of those. Like Square for restaurants specifically is going to have like table management, coursing, menu management, like those real specific like restaurant type stuff. Like if you're just processing the sales, like you don't need that stuff. I always recommend the Square point of sale because it's the easiest. It's going to be the most, the easiest to learn. Square for retail is going to have more like cost of good, breakdown, SKU management, like barcode, printing, stuff like that, like more specific to that. And that's usually going to be stuff that you'll kind of as you grow, you'll be like, oh, I need this or that. Like, that would be the time to go into those. I always recommend just starting with the Square point of sale, the free one for any business. And I mean, a lot of our businesses that are doing, I mean, they're doing, millions of dollars a year on the free point of sale. They just need it to do what it does, right? They don't need those other specific things. So I always start with that one. Unless you're a service-based business, there's Square for appointments, right? It's still going to be a point of sale option, but that's going to give you the calendar, right? Where folks can go online and book, a haircut or a consultation, like, and book blocks of time. And then, when they come in, you charge them on there. I mean, it's free for if it's just you. So, I mean, it's just that specific add-on for a service-based business that needs that calendar booking.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, first, I'll look
Yeah.
out for an email from you with, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Lourdes,
Lourdes,
Thank you. I'll look out. I'll look out for the email for that, and then I will be in contact with you, and we'll figure that out for you. Okay.
Thank you very, very much for your